The relationship between the Vancouver Police Department and the Mayor of Vancouver is in the news. Again.
We need to know that authorization for police operations are not coming out of the back room in the Mayor's office.
That is Councillor Pete Fry, who filed a Freedom of Information request to try and answer where funding approval for the VPD's $5 billion Downtown Eastside task force came from.
There seems to be no paper trail.
And that is important because you have to remember how this task force to reduce crime began.
Here's the reality. Achieving it doesn't happen by chance. It requires decisive action, putting egos aside, and a lot of strategic investment.
That was in February, the Mayor announcing the plan flanked by councillors and the police chief. Except Council hadn't actually approved that strategic investment and bold direction. The Mayor's office promised a vote, but after 4 months, that still hasn't happened. The VPD has said they will run $7 million over budget this year, the majority of which is due to the task force. But the police board chair said he didn't approve or know of the funding before it was announced. So where is the accountability for how the Vancouver Police Department spends $5 million for a major initiative that hasn't been approved or seen by the full council or independent police board before it's announced? We asked Mayor Sim for a response, and he provided the following statement. Councillor Fry's insinuation that direction for Barrage came from the Mayor's office is false. To be clear, task force is a VPD-led initiative that I fully support. But 2 months ago, the VPD said this was a VPD and council initiative, with police saying it was because council had committed to the project and said the entire $5 million budget for the task force was the result of overtime charges, which may explain why nobody thought it needed prior approval by the police board. Now, you can say this is a lot of finger-pointing over process and timeline, but process and timeline matters in democracy, and there are bigger issues that drive this debate with the public. Here are 2 charts. One shows the amount Vancouver has spent on police services in every year since 2019, a 39% increase in 5 years and potentially more this year. And the other shows reported violent crimes in the city over the same time period, which, after years of bouncing around, is projected to go to a record low in recent history. Which chart you believe is more important probably determines how much you feel this is a big story or a big distraction, but until there's a vote by any public body on any aspect of this, it likely isn't going away. Justin McElroy, CBC News, Vancouver.